Okay, let's do AN 1.3, asynchronous notes. This is going to include E and F from yesterday that we did not get to in class. So let me get to that PowerPoint here real quick. Yeah, let's see here, E and F. So we need to do the basics when it comes to graphing an inequality on a number line. So that's what we're going to be doing here, is graphing an inequality on a number line. Whoops, number line. Hopefully it's zooming okay, in and out. All right, with that, what that means is that all possible answers are shaded. All possible answers are shaded. So let's draw a number line for each one of the ones in letter E as part of our AN 1.3 notes. So for number 1, we're going to graph X is positive. What that turns into as an inequality is X is greater than 0. Because 0 is neither positive nor negative. Then we draw a number line. Whoops, that is the worst. Okay, we draw a number line here. I'll put 0 in the middle, and I'll put -2 over here and +2 over here. So here, hopefully this focuses a little bit. And then I'm going to shade it. See if I can. I'm going to use a pencil. Let me see how this goes. Well, maybe not. I don't have any sharpened pencils, so never mind. I'm going to use a black pen. So to show X is greater than 0, first of all, we need to have an open dot. So this symbol here means an open dot because it does not equal 0. Otherwise, I would say X is greater than or equal to 0. So I need to put an open dot over the 0. Then I need to draw an arrow in the direction that shows positive answer. So that would be to the right. Right is positive, X is greater than 0. And draw an arrow, okay? Some people use highlighters for this, which is fine. Let's see here. So I'm going to grab a yellow marker. Some people use a highlighter to show that the values that are greater than 0 is everything. And the arrow means it's everything. So it keeps going. We don't have paper long enough to go forever. So we have to draw an arrow to show that. Okay, number 2. Let me use my regular color again. Number 2, we have X is less than or equal to -5. Now that would show this way, X less than symbol or equal to, so you draw the line right below it, -5. So again, this is AN 1.3 asynchronous notes. We've got a number line we need to draw. Little one is fine. If it's less than or equal to -5, I need to include -5 here. So I'm actually going to put -5 in the middle, because why not? But what that means is negative still has to be to the left of 0. So I'm going to put 0 here. And I'm going to make this -10, whoops, negative, let's just make it -10. And show that there's a number less than -5 and a number that is greater than -5. So that way I can show with the direction which way it's going. So if it's less than or equal to -5, I'm going to get my other color here. Since it's equal to, I get to use a closed dot. So put a dot, close it in, and then since it's less than, I have to draw the arrow to the numbers that are less than -5. So that would be to the left, because left is where things get more negative, therefore making them smaller. Draw an arrow that way, and you can draw a marker or a highlighter or what have you across there. There you go. Okay, number 3. X, this is letter E from 1.2, but very valuable. Number 3. X is less than -7 is what they wrote. They didn't even write out the words. So they gave that part to us. So we're going to draw another number line. And I really am okay if you see this number here that you just put that one in the center. That's fine. But remember where the 0 will go. Now, if it's a -7, sorry, it gets blurry like that. If it gets -7, then 0 has to be to the right of it because 0 is larger than -7 and the larger numbers are on the right. And then this number would likely be -14 if we're going the same distance across. So if we are less than -7, we have to, for this one, go back to the open dot because it does not equal -7. So open the dot. And since it's less than, the numbers to the left are less than. Here. Number 4. This might take the whole page. So quickly. We'll do number 4, and then I'm going to go to letter F. I'm not going to finish up letter E. We're just going to do number 4 here. Letter E normally has 6. Okay, so X is greater than or equal to 5. Draw a number line here. And again, if it gives you that number, I'm perfectly fine with you putting that in the center, but keep in mind where the rest of the numbers go. You do need to have a number on the left and a number on the right. So from that, you would need to find a number less than 5 and a number greater than 5. Well, 0 is less than 5 and 10 is greater. So that will work. And then, is this an open dot or a closed dot? Well, it says equal to, so it's a closed dot. So color that in. And then since it's greater than, so all the numbers that are greater than go to the right. Draw an arrow. And if you want to add emphasis, as I often do, you run a highlighter over that. And remember that arrow means it goes on forever in that direction. So what this shading means is all possible answers are shaded. So is 4 greater than 0? No. Or sorry, greater than 5? No, it's not shaded. Is 6 greater than 5? Yes, yes. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All greater than, all on that shaded line and going forever. Okay. Next one is F. And that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. All right, so for F, this one was E up here. F, let's do number 1. It says x plus 5 is greater than 0. X plus 5 is greater than 0. Well, find the value of x that satisfies this inequality, then graph the solution. So what number here would I have to add to 5 to be greater than 0? So we can actually plot some points on a number line here and find that out. So is 1 plus 5 greater than 0? We can just substitute something in. Well, yeah, 1 plus 5 is greater than 0 because that'd be 6. And with 0 here, 1, that works. So I'm just put a little dot just in case. 1 definitely works. How about 2? Well, yeah, so it seems like 2 works because that'd be 7. 3 works. That'd be 8. So let's start going this way. Would 0 work? Yes. Negative 1 plus 5, that would make 4, so that would work. Negative 2 plus 5 would make 3, so that works. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2, so that works. Negative 4 plus 5 is 1, so that works. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0. So here's the problem. This does not have an equal to sign. So this is where we put the open dot. Open dot, because it does equal 0, but this does not. Open dot, and see how I've made all these dots here? These are all possible solutions. So I need to now draw a line to show all possible solutions this way. And then I'm going to highlight this to show the whole direction here. All right, now the final answer would be, and you have to read the graph to show that, the final answer, I might change out my camera, would be x, so this is x here, x is greater than negative 5. That's the answer to this, okay? Then let's do number 2. X minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. Let's draw a number line. So I'm just going to put 0 here. Why not? X minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. So 1 minus 1 is 0. And that has equal to, so I can put a dot there. What about 2 minus 1? Is 2 minus 1 less than 0? No. 2 minus 1 is 1, and that's greater than 0. How about 0 minus 1? Well, 0 minus 1 is negative 1, so this is good. We're on to something here. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. Okay, see what's going on here? This didn't work, this did. So if we keep going here, what direction is our line going to go? Yes, it's going to the left. That's what you said. So, and notice the equal to sign. So that dot gets to stay closed. Draw the arrow this way. Shade for emphasis, for sure. Here, okay? This is how you graph an inequality, positive, negative numbers. Let me go to some other information here I definitely want you to have. Now, I'm going to do something well. Another type of graphing of numbers on a number line. This is in AN 1.3 now. So I'm going to draw a number line. And what I want you to know is what does the X actually mean? So on this number line here, and definitely draw these out as well. Let's see here. I'm going to start out negative 30. -20, -10, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So this doesn't look like exactly the book. It's going to be a little bit different. But if I were to put a line here, apparently a very large line, and put a line here, and I drew this, and I put an N. Notice the arrow stops at the line. That line is there for a very specific reason. What does the N represent? And the answer is the space between the lines. So, that worked. And then, so from here to here, and if you remember when we did the number lines on AN 1.2 asynchronous notes, it's a space in between. So from 0, which is always a good place to start, to 100, that's 100. And then to 20, you add another 20. So N is representing 120-degree change. 120, this is actually degrees for temperature, or this is 120 in change on the number line. Then there's a number sentence we can use. I'm going to write number sentence, which could be, for this, 120 plus N equals -20. Sorry, -20. So if we, sorry, wrong number. 100 plus N equals -20. So 100 plus N equals -20. See what I did there? 100 plus N equals -20. So what would that N be? Since it's 120 and change, we don't add positive 120, it's going to the left. And if it's going to the left, it's negative. So we'd have 100 plus -120 equals -20. If we were to do another number sentence, here's one, here's another one. What if we started here, -20? -20 plus N equals 100, and go the opposite direction. Then, since we start here and the change is 120 and we're going to the right, we would add a positive. -20 plus 120 equals 100. And that is how the number sentences work. This is the notes for AN 1.3, all of them. All right, and so in the AN 1.3 lesson, we'll be doing more with this right here, right down here. So we needed all of that up here to make sure we could do this here. Okay,